Hello, I'm Eldred Whiley. I'm the Regional Coordinator in Norfolk and Suffolk for Christian Aid. Christian Aid is a relief and development agency. We work in 45 of the world's poorest countries, mainly on long-term development projects, but also on responses to emergencies. So I'm Regional Coordinator, which means mainly I'm raising funds. At the moment we're focusing on Burkina Faso, which is a very poor country in West Africa, and just inspiring people to understand the situation there and to want to respond, to raise money to help. So I started off in international journalism. I was working for a Catholic journal in London called The Tablet, using languages, Russian, French and German. So I became interested in the big world and in what was happening in some of these developing countries. Spent some time as a freelance writer and then just wanted to, I guess, tackle some of the big challenges of the world. And one of the greatest ones obviously is poverty and HIV/AIDS and shortage of water, climate change, all the massive things. And I just wanted to focus my life on something which was really important. So began to do freelance work for Christian Aid and CAFOD, and eventually that led into a full-time job. Find something which you really passionately believe in, and if you're an international student, find something probably in your own country which you feel is an important issue to tackle, and present your vision, present it to development organisations, start meeting people, maybe start doing some fundraising, actually go out in the field and see some of the problems that poor people are struggling with. I think it's having the passion and it's having the vision which gets you there. And excel in whatever you're doing. Get good marks in your studies, but also whatever you put your hand to, do it really, really well. And I think you will begin to stand out as a person. I think more and more people are being headhunted. It's not necessary now to advertise posts. So people are looking out for those who are top in their field. And if you come to people's notice, that's the way of getting a job. And that will be partly through character traits, and it'll be partly through just doing whatever you're doing really well, whether it's studies, whether it's volunteering. Just make yourself stand out. Certainly connect with a development organisation. It could be Tier Fund, could be CAFOD, could be Christian Aid, could be one of the smaller organisations, maybe Aid of the Church in Need, or something with a specific connection to development, and just volunteer, get involved. Go and tell them what gifts you've got, whether it's video editing, whether it's campaigning, whatever it is, just go and offer to share your skills. Make contact with people and be persistent. Keep sending them emails. You might have to send 2 or 3 before you get an answer. You might have to ring up as well. But if you're determined, then eventually people will notice that you're out there and they will respond. Having spent a number of years in international development, I think it's a magnificent thing to be involved in. I have seen lots of positive changes happening in the world. I think particularly when I went out to the Philippines and saw poor people being mobilised and really changing the history of their country. The Philippines is a place where 2 corrupt governments have been overthrown just by people power. And on a smaller scale, island by island, you do see people winning victories in the area of international development, in getting rights for the poor. I think it's just a really exciting sphere to be involved in, and especially with things like climate change coming in at the moment and having to develop ways to respond to that. Really feel it is something worth giving your life for if you really do it well, and if you find a place where people are really getting solutions, then really go for it and get stuck in.